The hottest and the coldest planet in the known universe. What are both of them like, and which is worse on the human body? Now obviously when I say hottest and coldest planet, I mean in the known universe, not in the entire universe. This is very important to understand. As time progresses, our technology may allow us to find planets that are even more extreme, but for this video, let's talk about the planets in the known universe. Let's begin. So far, the warmest planet we have ever discovered is Kelt 9b. There is another planet called Kepler 70b, which is apparently hotter than Kelt 9b, but it is not certain. Kepler 70b may not even exist. Since there is so much uncertainty with that planet, we'll stick with Kelt 9b being the hottest known planet in the known universe. This planet is about 670 light years away from Earth and is about 21 times the size of Earth. Yes, this is a massive planet. It is so massive that it is also called an ultra-hot Jupiter. It is called that due to it being a gas giant, like Jupiter, but the differences between Kelt 9b and Jupiter is that this planet is extremely close to its star. This planet is so hot that it is actually hotter than some stars in our universe. So if you've ever heard from someone or somewhere that stars are always hotter than planets, they are wrong. Kelt 9b, a planet, actually has a surface temperature higher than some stars. Its surface has been estimated to be around 4,327 degrees Celsius. Our Sun's surface temperature is around 5,505 degrees Celsius. This means that this planet, I repeat, planet, is about 78.6% the surface temperature of our Sun, which is a star. Now that is warm, to say the least. But that's not all. Molecules, which are made out of atoms holding each other, exists pretty much everywhere, as you know. H2 is a molecule that is made out of two hydrogen atoms, and these forces that connect these atoms together vary in strength, and it depends on the actual atoms. On Earth, hydrogen molecules don't just break apart and send lone hydrogen atoms everywhere. H2 remains intact on Earth unless we do experiments on them or something along those lines. On Kelt 9b, however, it is so hot, the temperature is so high that these molecules cannot hold themselves. The molecules split apart. It's just crazy to know that there's a planet out there that rips apart its own molecules in its atmosphere. How will your body react to this planet's conditions? Well, even a 6th degree burn is an understatement. Yes, that does exist. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd degree burns are well known, but 4th, 5th, and 6th degree burns are not very well known because, well, they don't happen that often. A 6th degree burn literally burns to the bone. So let's imagine in a hypothetical scenario, you are in a very safe and very complex spacesuit and you're on this planet. Imagine you take out one of your arms so that it is exposed to Kelt 9b's air, but your body is safe in the suit. What will happen to your arm? Your arm will disintegrate. Yes, it will burn and it will fry your arm, but it will disintegrate. The tissues, muscles, bones, and even molecules that make up your arm will break apart. Everything. You will obviously feel pain, but probably not the way you think. Since the conditions are so extreme, you may not even feel anything for a while. You see, if a person touches something that is warm, they will feel it, assuming they have a sense of touch. When a person touches something very hot, like a flame, the pain will suddenly increase to a level until you pull your arm away. When a person touches something insanely hot, like lava or something even hotter, it'll feel different. Those cells will instantly die, and you may not even feel pain for a while. Kelt 9b has the ability to melt your arm into individual atoms, something we may have seen in some movies. After that, the boundary of where your arm disintegrated will begin to burn and burn and burn. It's the aftermath that will be the most painful. Your arm is gone, period, so no need to take care of that, but your shoulder area, for example, the boundary between where your body was safe and where your body was not safe and burnt, will have severe burns and will need to be treated. Now let's talk about the coldest planet we know of, and then let's compare the two. The coldest planet we have ever discovered is OGLE 2016 BLG 1195LB. What a monster of a name. I'd imagine making a name like that if I smashed my head on my keyboard a couple of times. But in all seriousness, that is the craziest planet name I've ever personally heard in my life. I'm going to call this planet the Ice Planet, just for simplicity. Now, this planet's mass is about 1.5 times more than Earth's. It is also a rocky planet, not a gaseous one. So how cold is it there? Well, the temperature is estimated to be around, get this, negative 242 degrees Celsius. That is crazy cold. What is the coldest weather you've ever experienced? I remember one time in Canada, it was around negative 40 degrees Celsius outside. I was only in my backyard, but I felt like I was hiking through the glaciers of the Arctic. I had many layers of clothes on me, and I still felt the cold near my hands and feet. My eyelashes froze and I could feel them freezing. And every time I took a breath through my nose, I could feel my nasal cavity starting to freeze from the inside. It was rough. Now that was negative 40 degrees Celsius, but negative 242? What would happen if your whole arm made contact with this icy planet's air? Well, your arm will freeze into place, literally, as all the water in your arm, all the liquids, tissues, and muscles in your arm will freeze solid. So whatever position your arm was in, it'll freeze in that place, in that position. And once your arm freezes like that, let me tell you, there will be pure suffering. Everything that makes up your arm, the water, the muscles, they will solidify, maybe not instantly, but it will soon enough. And as it solidifies, I'd imagine a powerful crushing force feeling on your arm. It won't be the cold temperature that'll be the worst on you, it's the effect that it has on your arm that is the worst. After your arm is frozen, it's gone. You can't move your fingers, your hand, or bend your elbow. It'll feel heavier as your arm literally turned itself into ice. Now the boundary between your arm and your torso, or your shoulder, is going to be rough. If you stay there for a while, your arm can literally break off your body and fall down, and you won't even feel that much pain from that. The nerves and everything is gone and frozen. It's the boundary that is the issue. Now at least you won't be bleeding because your arm and shoulder are all frozen. So between the hottest known planet and the coldest known planet, which is worse on the body? Both of them are horrible on the body and will cause permanent injuries. And in most cases, that body part will no longer be working anymore. Overall, I say the icy planet, OGLE 1, is the worst. Since your arm will still be intact, you will feel your arm slowly hardening and crushing itself, whereas for the hottest planet, your arm just disintegrates so quickly you probably won't feel much. Okay, well that's enough for today's video. I've talked enough about pain. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something new. Subscribe so you don't miss any one of my astronomy videos in the future, and hope to see you soon.